Okay, good day to you, Ben, and welcome back again to your lesson in mathematics. We are now on our third reading under the chapter of geometry. Okay, and our lesson for today is about solid figures. Now, before we are going to proceed to our lesson about solid figures, let's first review about the kinds of polygons because polygons is related to our subject for today. Okay? Because some of the solid figures are named according to its polygon. Okay? So there are different kinds of polygons according to science. So a three-sided polygon is called a triangle. Okay? A triangle has three sides, while a four-sided polygon is called a square. Okay? In which if two of the sides are longer, it's already called a rectangle. Now, a five-sided polygon is a pentagon, while a six-sided polygon is a hexagon. Now, a seven-sided polygon is a heptagon, while an eight-sided polygon is an octagon. Now, a nonagon here is a nine-sided polygon, while a ten-sided polygon is a decagon. Okay? So, these are the kinds of polygon and so on and so forth. Let's just stop on the 10-sided polygon. Okay, so we need this names of polygons because some of the solid figures are named according to its base, which is a polygon. Okay, now what are solid figures? Okay, now solid figures is a three-dimensional object which sides are all polygons, okay, that occupies space. Now, there are parts of solid figures are the face. Face are the sides of the solid figure. Edge, two faces that intersect in a line segment. Vertex, the edges that intersect in a point, while base, a flat polygon surface where the solid figure stands. Now, let's explain that using an example. Okay, here on the board, we have here a box. Okay, for example, we have a box, and the box here is a solid figure Y. It is a three-dimensional object. Okay? Three-dimension meaning it has a length, a width, and height. Okay? Now, the face here, for example, are the sides of the polygon. Okay? And it's called the face. Okay? Now, the edge, okay, this is the edge, is the intersection, okay, the line segment in which the two faces intersect. Okay, so this is one of the face here. This is also one of the face, and they intersect here. Okay, which is a line segment, and this line segment is called the edge. Okay, now while the point where all the face of the solid figure intersect is called the vertex. Okay? And the flat surface, this one, the flat surface which the solid figure stand is called the base. Okay? So these are the parts of the solid figure, and we have here the side of the solid figure which is called the face, The line segment where the face intersect is called the edge, while the point where all the face intersect is the vertex, and the flat surface where the solid figure stand is called the base. So these are the parts of the solid figures. And there are many kinds of solid figures. There are 5 classifications of solid figures. Number 1 is sphere. Number 2, cone. Number 3, cylinder. Number 4, pyramid. And number 5, prism. Now a sphere is a curved surface of points that are all of the same distance from the center. Example of a sphere is a ball, marble, and globe. So when somebody will ask you, what is the shape of a ball? So your answer is not a circle, but a sphere. When someone will ask you, what is the shape of a marble? So your answer is not a circle, but a sphere. When someone will ask you, what is the shape of a globe? So your answer is not a circle, okay, but a sphere. Because a circle is a plane figure, which has only 2 dimensions. It's only a 2-dimensional object, while a sphere is a 3-dimensional object. It has a length, a width, and a height. Number 2, cone has 1 circular base and 1 vertex. Example of a cone is a party hat or an ice cream cone. Okay? That's why when somebody will ask you, what is the shape of a party hat? So your answer is a cone. Number 3, cylinder has 2 circular bases that are congruent and parallel. And examples of cylinder are a can of sardines, a barrel, a tube, or a pipe. And when somebody will ask you what is the shape of a can, so your answer is a cylinder. Or what is the shape of a barrel? So your answer is a cylinder. Number 4, pyramid. Its base is a polygon and the lateral faces are triangles. Now this time, pyramids have many kinds of classification, and they are called according to their base. Now if the base of the pyramid, for example, is a triangle, okay, we have here a triangle. Therefore, it is called a triangular pyramid. Why? Because its base is a triangle. Okay? So a pyramid that its base is a triangle. Now a square pyramid is a pyramid in which its base is a square. Okay? So if this is a square at its base, and this is our pyramid. Okay, so this is a square pyramid. Why? Because its base is a square. Now, if we are going to make its base a rectangle, for example, we're going to make this longer. Okay, we're going to make this base a rectangle. And let's connect this. The edge. So it's already called a rectangular pyramid. Why? Because its base is a rectangle. Okay? So the pyramid is named after its base, or according to its base. Now, for example, we have here We have here an hexagon. Okay. Okay. So we have here an hexagon, a polygon with 6 sides. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're gonna make this as a pyramid. Okay. So this will be our vertex. So let's connect to all the vertex also. Okay. So this is already an hexagonal pyramid. Why? Because its base is an hexagon. Okay. So if its base is a octagon, so it's called an octagonal pyramid. So it depends, or it's named according to its base. Okay. Prism has two congruent parallel faces or base. Okay, so the same with pyramid. Prisms are named according to its base. But this time, prism has two congruent parallel bases. Meaning, for example, if its base here is a square, okay, if its base is a square, therefore its top face must also be a square. Okay? So a prism has two congruent parallel faces. So if we're going to connect this, it is called a prism. Okay? Now a prism is named according to its base. For example, if we have here a rectangle, okay, for the base of our prism, so our top face must also be a rectangle, congruent to our base, and this will be called a rectangular prism. Why? Because our base here is a rectangle. Okay? Now, if our base is a triangle, for example, we have a triangle here, our top face must also be a triangle. Why? But it must be congruent, okay, or parallel face to our base. So we have here a triangle, therefore our prism here is called a triangular prism. Why triangular prism? Because our base here is a triangle. Okay? Now, if our base is a square, for example, we have a square here. Now our top face is also a square, and all the sides or all the faces is a square too. Therefore, this time it is called a cube. Okay? Because its base is a square, therefore we can consider this as a square prism. But the square prism is called cube. Okay? And so on and so forth. We call the prism according to its base. For example, we have a pentagonal base, or the base of the prism is a pentagon, which is a polygon with 5 sides. So therefore, we can call that a pentagonal prism. Or if we have a polygon that has 10 sides, or decagon, we can call that prism a decagonal prism. Okay? Because each base has 10 sides. So therefore, we are naming the prism according to its base. Okay? So these are the classification of solid figures. We have a sphere, a cone, cylinder, pyramid, and prism. Now, pyramid has different kinds, named according to its base. We have a triangular pyramid, a square pyramid, rectangular pyramid, pentagonal pyramid, and so on and so forth. The same with prism. We have many kinds of prism, named according to its base. We have a triangular prism, we have a square prism or called a cube, we have a rectangular prism, we have a pentagonal prism if it's if the base of its if the polygon, which is its base, has 5 sides, so it's called a pentagonal prism, or an octagonal prism if its base has 8 sides. Okay, so that's how we name prism, and those are the examples of solid figures. So that's it for today, Ben. Thank you for your time. See you next lesson.